So let's continue. Just to remind us, we're on a Siman 58, and the topic is the law of the blessing of the fragrances. Okay. So, halacha number 3. If the source of the fragrance is a tree, or a tree-like plant, there is shrub, one recite the blessing, Baruch Ata. Okay, I'm going to skip. Bare atzei v'samim. So eitz is a tree, right? But eitz we say on the fruits, right? But it's okay. Bare atzei v'samim. Okay. So the commentaries, the translation, who creates the fragrant trees. Okay. Therefore, upon smelling a myrtle branch or a rose, or upon frankincense or a similar fragrant plants, we recite blessing Bare Atzei Vesamim. Since the primary purpose of such an item is not for eating, but rather for their fragrance, they are not considered fruit. And the blessing Chanesein Leich Tov Beperos, who gave pleasant aroma to fruit, that's what we said yesterday, is not appropriate. Upon smelling pepper or ginger, some authorities rule that we recite a blessing. And other authorities rule that we do not recite the blessing. Therefore, one should avoid the situation of uncertainty and not smelling them. Okay, so let's do from the beginning, and we're going to explain everything that it says here. Okay, BeEzrat HaShem. So from the beginning, if the source of the fragrance is a tree, or a tree-like plant, there is shrub. So commentary. See if regarding how to identify which species fall into category shrub or tree, and which under the category of herb, which regard to the blessings. So I mean, we learned before. So I'm going to say whatever we said before. If it survives the winter, I mean, even if it's shrub, but it's higher than 3 tefachim, meaning 3 feet high, right? So it is considered to be tree, right? So if right, so it's 3. So you have 3 like 3 as we know, and all of the shrubs are also 3. So you say the blessing, what? Bare atzei v'samim, right? Who create fragrant trees? So you smell not the fruit, about the fruit we said yesterday, right? Baperos, not yesterday, last week. But here we have a tree that smells. Therefore, upon smell a myrtle branch or a rose, so 1 second, myrtle branch. On Sukkot, however, one may not smell myrtle branch used with lulav. And I remember we have a question today about Sukkot. It's good reminder. So this myrtle branch with the small leaves, right? So it says many times in halacha that it smells good. I mean, I smell like many times for whatever we buy that does not smell. I don't know, maybe because it was refrigerated. I don't know. It looks good, perfect, but does not. I mean, maybe a little smell, but I don't know. Okay, does not smell, but okay, but we got the point. So, but this myrtle branch or a rose. So rose is actually that's a perfect example. Rose is actually a tree, right? It's a tree, and it's not. So rose itself as a flower is not a fruit. It's not food, even though they make preserve from a rose, but it's not. It's like it's not primary purpose of the rose. So it is a tree, halachically, right? And it's not a fruit. So it's like it's in a sense you smell in the tree. Okay, continue. Or upon frankincense, similar fragrant plants. Okay. So whatever is it? So, but regular trees, regular flowers that die like after a year in the fall they die, so that's a different blessing. So those are flowers in the category of herbs, different category. Okay, continue. We recite the so all of this we recite the blessing Borei Atzei Vesamim. So I mean Borei Vesamim, Atzei Vesamim. So it's easy to remember. Okay, Atzei meaning tree. Since the primary purpose such item is not for eating, right? So you don't eat rose, even though rose like pastels they do preserve, but it's very rare. Okay, not for eating, but rather for their fragrance, right? So they're not considered fruit, and the blessing Chonesein Reach Tov Baperas, who gave the pleasant aroma to fruit, is not appropriate. Okay, so because again it's not a fruit, but it is tree. Okay, so commentary. All the rose petals are edible. Okay, here we go. Since the primary purpose is not to be used as food, one recite the Borei Atzei Vesamim blessing. Okay, so maybe I'm just guessing if you have like plantation of this rose for the petals like and they won't do preserves or something, so you would say as a fruit, because that's the primary purpose. But otherwise, a rose they sell as a flower for to smell, to look at, but not as a food. Si Sharei Hatziyun 216.5 regarding rose oil or other products derived from the parts of the trees. Very interesting. Upon roses that grow from the ground and not on a shrub, one recite Borei Ishvei Vesamim, who creates a fragrant herbage, as in the following sieve, Mishnah Berurah to 16:17. So I'm not sure. I mean, of course, there are many different kinds of roses. So there's some kind of roses that grow directly from the ground and they die after the end of the year. Okay, so on those you say blessing as an herbage. And again, as we said before, just to remind us, so you can say in your own language, there is no problem. Just use proper translation and that's it. Continue. Upon smelling pepper and ginger. So pepper and ginger, is it ginger a food? It's like in some sense it is food, right? Upon smelling pepper and ginger, some authority rule that we recite a blessing. Okay. And the other authorities rule that we do not recite the blessing. So let's see why they're saying we do not recite the blessing. Eliyahu Rabbah 297.1 explain. The dispute hinges on whether the species such as pepper and ginger are considered seasoning, which are meant to accompany food and are exempt from the blessing for their fragrance, or if they are to be considered smelling spices whose fragrance is meant to be enjoyed and thus require blessings. See Mishnah Berurah 297.1. So let's read this dispute one more time and we try to understand. So Eliyahu Rabbi explained that dispute hinges on whether the spices such as pepper and ginger are considered seasoning. Okay, so if it's seasoning, so it's you don't use it for smell, but who uses a pepper for smelling? I don't know. Pepper for smell, which meant seasoning, which are meant to accompany food and exempt from the blessing for the fragrance. Okay, exempt from fragrance. Okay, I mean if it's just for eating, or if they are considered smelling spices. I don't know if somebody smells ginger. I don't know. Whose fragrance is meant to be enjoyed and thus required blessing. See Mishnah Berurah. So I'm not sure what Mishnah Berurah said. I don't remember, but okay. So therefore, one should avoid situation uncertainty and smell that. I think if a person would start sneezing if they smell this pepper. Ginger. Me personally, I like the smell of the ginger. Do they smell it? I don't know, but it smells good. Like in ginger tea, they put some ginger in tea. It's or somebody is sick, add ginger root. It's good. Okay, continue. So again, on the trees, on the trees themselves, not the fruits of the trees. Fruits of the tree we said last time, but on the trees itself. So we say, who create the fragrant trees? Continue. Number 4. Upon fragrant grasses and herbs, we recite the following blessing. I'm going to skip. 1 second. Bore isvei vesamim. Right, which means who create fragrant herbage. The letter Ein of the word Isvei is vowelized with Hiruk. Okay, Isvei. No, yeah, I read it correctly. Okay, Isvei. Okay. I mean, we read it with there are vowels here, but okay, without this, so you might mispronounce. Okay, Isvei. No problem. So you. Isvei. One second. Maybe I mispronounce. Isvei. Pronouncing Isvei or Isvei. Okay, we pronounce correctly. And the letter base of the word Isvei is soft ways. Not Isvei, but Isvei. Okay. All right. No problem. So continue. So I'm going to skip grammar because it's going to get confusing. Okay. Wow. That's it's all on pronunciation. Okay. The indication with which to determine what is a tree and what is a herb with regard to this halacha is as follows. Any plant whose stem is a firm, as a stem of the flax plant, lasts from year to year and produces leaves, is considered a tree. So okay, exactly as we said. So it lasts from year to year. Okay, so it's considered to be a tree. Those plants that stems always remain soft are considered to be fragrant herbs. Okay. Okay, so the ones that do not survive the winter is herbs. Okay, so commentary. According to Bir Halacha, one who said the blessed Bore Atzei V'Samim, who create the fragrant trees, only if the tree fulfills all the criteria of the tree. With regard to the halacha of recited Bore Pri Ha'etz upon the fruit, see 52:1. If it has a firm stem but does not fulfill all of those criteria, one should recite the blessed Bore Minei V'Samim, who created a species of fragrance. So this Bore Minei V'Samim, it's actually when what we say on what is it during Havdalah on these fragrant spices. They say even if it's not correct blessing, because you know maybe you have different spices, so they say halacha is still say that because people can get confused. So don't say different blessings. So that's like exception, and that's why in this spice box we have a different mix of the spices. So this would be appropriate blessing. Okay, continue. Number 5. If source of a fragrance is neither type or tree or a herb, okay, such as musk. So musk is a scent derived from an animal source, Siman Torah to 16:7. So it says that I think it comes from a deer, if I remember correctly. It's like some kind of gland from a deer. Okay. One recite upon the following blessing. I'm going to skip. Who create the species of fragrance? Where is Hebrew? 1 second. Borei minei v'samim. So this is Borei minei v'samim. It's like shechakol for food, like all-encompassing blessing. Meaning, so there so far, right? We said blessing on a fruit of the tree. So you have apple, I don't know, pear that smells good, right? So you would say it's a separate blessing. You have a blessing on a tree itself, like different. And as we said, rose would be a good example. Then we said we have this blessing on the herbs, right? On all these grasses that do not survive the winter. And now the fourth one is on the things that does not grow from the ground. This, as I say, animal source. So on this we say Borei minei v'samim. Similarly, upon dried mushrooms that have a pleasant fragrance, if one smells them, it seems to be that he's to recite the blessing Borei minei v'samim. Mushroom are not classed as trees, not herbs. Okay, so it's very interesting exception. So mushrooms, as we explained when we learned the laws of the blessing, they not grow from the ground because the roots are getting nourishments from the air. Right? So we say shechakol nihia bedvroi on mushrooms. I think after the fact we also learned if he said Borei prichot adama, the fruit of the ground. So after the fact, no need to repeat the blessing, but proper blessing on the mushrooms is shechakol. So if we apply that rule that we just said to here, meaning what? Meaning that it's not a tree, of course, mushrooms are not a tree, and it's not an herb, right? It's not a vegetable. So very interesting. We say Borei minei v'samim. Okay, continue. Number 6, upon balsam oil. So that's very, very interesting. So it's not fruit itself, it's like derivative of the fruit, right? Upon balsam oil that grows in the land of Israel, because of its distinction due to the fact that it grows in the land of Israel, the sages designated a unique blessing. Thus, when smelling oil, we recite upon the following blessing. I'm going to skip. Borei shemen areif. Who created pleasant oil? So it's an exception. Let me see what is upon balsam oil. What does it mean? Commentary. The fragrance is derived from the sap of the balsam tree. So there is a balsam tree, special tree. And from a sap they do this oil. I never smelled this oil, but looks like it smells very good. Okay, so there you have a special blessing. Okay, continue. Any questions so far on what we said? So one more time, we have on a fruit, separate one blessing, on a tree, on a herb, something that does not grow from the ground, like we said, this musk, and then fifth one on balsam oil, like, and it's an exception.